Here's an attempt at a story time for how I found my kidnapped daughter. It is a long story, so it will probably be more than one part. And I hate people that do the part 15, but if you all really want it, that's what I gotta do, okay? So, here's what happened. And I'm gonna talk really fast and really animated to get it in there. So, we're chilling. It's a Friday night. We've just ordered Shomars. I got salmon. We're about to watch Life by Ryan Reynolds. You know the movie where he goes up into space? Actually, pretty good movie. Anyway, so we get a message on Facebook out of nowhere that's like, hey, I think I found your daughter. My daughter had been missing for 399 days at this point, and we had zero, nary a motherfucking clue. So we were like, what? So I was like, hey, what do you think? Why do you think that? So she came back and said, I'm talking to her. I'm in a chat room with her. I'm pretty sure it's her. And I said, well, we need some convincing. Because the FBI will tell you, like, when your kid's missing, they be like, be careful. Psychics be calling you. People be calling you. Be like, I know where your kid is. You send me $500 and I'll tell you. So I was a little more cautious than my husband. My husband was immediately like, oh my God, it's her. I was like, I need more than that.
So at this point, we know that whoever it is on the other end has contact with Hailey. It may not actually be her, but they at least have contact with her to have had a recent photo. Now, at this point, my husband is 100% convinced. He's like, we need to call our FBI agent Pete. I was like, wait, I need more. Because they had warned us that people will call and trick you and and kidnappers and psychic people will try to get money out of you. So I said, please ask Hailey something that only Hailey would know. Now, I want to say, she's talking to me, she's typing to Hailey, so Hailey has to type back, then she has to answer, then she tells me, then I tell Tony, then Tony tells Pete, our FBI agent, then Pete tells the detectives in Georgia, then the detectives in Georgia tell the police. So everything takes a really long time, okay? So at this point, she comes back and says, Hailey said to tell you that you hate your mom and that you have a big divot in the back of your head from when your brother hit you in the head with a hammer when you were 5 and you almost died. And yeah, that's true. And very few people knew it. Now you know it, but very few people knew that. So at that point, we knew that it was her. So at this point, we know it's Hailey. And we just have to try to figure out where she is. So I say, where are you? And she says, I'm in a 2-story brown brick building in Georgia. Which, while I'm having this conversation, Tony, my husband, is on the phone, getting on the phone with our FBI agent. And side note, our FBI agent, Pete, was amazing. He was on vacation with his family in a resort at Disney when we called, and he dropped everything to help us that night. And had he not, like, had I called the Georgia detectives, they would not have taken me as seriously. They would not have motivated as quickly, let's put it that way. So they come back. So she says, I'm in a 2-story brick building. And I say, well, that's not enough, sweetie. I need to know more. And this is where the Columbo comes in. So the questions became rapid fire. Do you have trains near you? Do you have planes near you? Is there running water? Is there a local pizza place? I can show you the picture at the end. So at this point, we know it's her. We know where she's at. We know she's in Georgia. So we start asking questions like, are there planes? Are there trains? Is there water? Is there a local pizza place? Do you ever hear like police sirens or like an ice cream truck? And she said, no, none of that. And so I said, what do you see when you look out your window? And she said, well, it's dark. I can't see anything. Duh, it was nighttime. But she said, I did take a picture a few months ago from the window. Do you want me to send you that? And I said, yes, send me that. So she sent me this picture. Insert picture now. When I got that picture, I looked at that picture for every possible clue I could find. And the only thing that I could tiny little sign in front of the white truck that's really hard to see, but I swear to God it's there. And if it's the only thing you have to find your kid, you would find it too. And I swear it's there. I swear. Alright guys, so I just shot the last one. That's right up till we found the picture, and I'm gonna have to stop because I've got my littles, and I don't talk about this around the littles, and we have tutoring, we have dinner, and we have prayers, and bath, and it's probably gonna be tomorrow before I get back to it. And honestly, I hate myself because I hate people that do that. I hate people that, y'all, this is a great story. I could have made y'all come back tomorrow for part 4. Come back tomorrow for part 5. Come back Thursday night for part 9. No. I hate people that do that, and I hate that I have to even split it up, but I really wish that there was a way. Like TikTok people, hey, like executive people, I would pay $5.99 a month to be able to do 3-minute videos. Just as a creator, I would. So, I'm sorry that I have to break it up, and I'm sorry that I'm leaving you guys on a cliffhanger, but, 399 days without her, you guys can manage one night. I promise. You can manage. And tomorrow, first thing, I'll get back on it and I'll tell you the rest.
I've shot this like 6 times and I keep getting more and more aggressive each time. So I'm just going to try to stay really, really like not aggressive this time. But y'all are kind of pissing me off. Like, Here's the thing. I get that you want the story, but you have to understand that my kids come first. If you're like, oh, that's a problem for me, then you can just unfollow me right now, because that's a boundary that I've set. My kids come before everything else, including you guys. And I love y'all. Don't get me wrong. But if I had to choose between y'all and my kids, bitches, love you, but deuces. Secondly, pissing me off in the comments. If she had a phone, why didn't she just call 911? If she had a computer, why didn't she just call 911? Why didn't she call you? First of all, who said she had a phone? I never said she had a phone. She didn't have a phone. What she had was a Kindle from 2010 that she found in an old box that her captor had forgotten about. She was able to hijack the neighbor's Wi-Fi and ended up in a chat room in Romania. If that gives you any idea about the Wi-Fi. And why didn't she contact us? Because he threatened to kill her if she did.
Oh my God, guys, like, I was in bed and I'm fully melatonin right now, so, like, I have no cognition of this. Don't hold it against me. But I want to make it very, very clear. My daughter is home. She's home and she's safe. I love y'all so much. I've had a bunch of people message me and DM me and say, oh, I'll be praying for you. I hope she comes home safe. Y'all are so sweet. I love you so much. She's home. She's safe. All of this happened in 2017. I'm just now telling the story. She's home and she's safe. But I love y'all.
Good morning, lovelies. Quick PSA before I start the rest of the story. Some of y'all out there in the TikTok land have never experienced trauma, and it shows. You know how I know? Because you're very insensitive. When someone experiences trauma, it's hard for them to talk about. It takes a lot for that person to even admit that they were traumatized and then want to talk about it. And when you, the person who they're talking to, comes back with, you're making this up, you're just doing this for attention, you're chasing clout. I don't even know what clout is, and I'm too fat to chase anything. So that's not true. You can go on Google and verify that I'm telling you the truth. But here's the thing. When you do that, you invalidate that person's suffering. You make them feel like they have to justify their actions that they had to do to survive the traumatic experience. It's wrong. Don't do it. Just don't. Be kind. Okay, so now that we're done with the PSA, and for those of you that needed to hear that, I really hope that you take that with you going forward. I think it will help you be a better person and a better friend, etc. And side note, something's going on with my TikTok right now. I go in and I can't see any of my videos. I can't look at any of them. Just says can't upload. It could be my internet. It could also be that TikTok might have deleted my account and I'm unaware of it. Maybe it was the video with the crap. I don't know. Maybe it's that I'm talking about my daughter. I don't know. But if you don't ever see this video, you'll know why. So I'm going to try to upload this and see if it works, because I can't get into my TikTok account at all, but it looks like I can still upload. So I'm going to try. And then if this uploads, then I'll just post and I'll assume I can see them later. Because it's not that I don't want to tell you the story, because I'm ready to tell you the story, but I can't get into my TikTok.